Hey ladies and gentlemen, Stephen here from Redolessence. Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm joined by my good friend Carlos.
What's going on, everyone?
And today we're going to be focusing our attention on 3 fragrances by the company Euphorium Brooklyn, so make sure to stay tuned. So this company, Euphorium Brooklyn, it's an indie company based out of Brooklyn, New York, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Brooklyn in the house!
And of course, I have to have you as an honorary guest because you know all about Brooklyn.
Yes.
And the perfumer for this one is Stephen Dirks, whom I had the opportunity of meeting in person several times, and he's absolutely amazing. Will take the time and talk to you extensively, and I really appreciate that, somebody who really gives their time to you. So he was going to have an event on March 19th, which coincidentally is something else was happening on that day, right?
Yes, we were going to have a big old bash at the Killing Boutique on March 19th, which is my birthday, and it was exactly the same time, 6 to 9. He had actually invited me to his event, which you're about to tell him about, but it was the same time zone.
Yeah, and unfortunately, in the wake of the recent COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of things are being canceled, understandably so, and unfortunately, your event had to be canceled or hopefully postponed, you know?
Yeah, health before fun, and, you know, that's more important than anything.
Yeah, so there is a prohibition on large gatherings, and so, but we're still going to celebrate the start of spring by talking about this spring/summer pack. So these are fragrances created by Stephen Dirks that both he and we feel are very appropriate for the springtime and the summertime. And it's 3 different fragrances. They are called Butterfly, Umai, and Petales. Now they have all been released at different times, but this is a spring pack, and so it's kind of unifying them into a collection. And there also will be a giveaway attached to this video, so please make sure to stay tuned until the very end of the video to find out how you can win a 30 milliliter size of any one of your choice. And so, so you have some of these at home, right?
I do. I have the same exact set. I have smelled these in the past. I've smelled Stephen's work throughout the years since he's come out. I've seen him or I've smelled him grow.
Right, yeah.
One of his first releases, I don't remember. It was some kind of incense fragrance, but it was real dark and brooding, and it had some kind of kind of gothic kind of theme behind it a little bit.
I can imagine that.
Because he actually does a lot of films, little mini films for his perfumes when he releases stuff, and he's pretty creative, just like our friend Joseph Cortana.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of those films, and they're really creative, and I think they also capture the essence of what the perfume is about. And if I find links to some of them, I'll leave a link down below. But let's go ahead and sniff through these, and we'll let you know which ones our favorites are, and we'll let you know what we get from the smell. So these have been pre-sprayed, so they were sprayed maybe 10 minutes ago, would you say?
About.
And the first one is Petales, and this is the one that I'm pretty confident was released in 2015. Yeah, so this is quite a floral fragrance. I think when I looked it up, there were like tons of notes. There's no way I'd be able to memorize all of them. But I remember hyacinth being one of the strongest notes in this one. And there's something very bright and citrusy, especially in the opening, kind of smelling like lemon or lime. I remember lime blossom being a note in this as well. And there's another fragrance called Pretty Machine by Kerosene that has a lot of lime blossom, and I can actually see the connection between the two. I mean, they both smell very, very different, but this is quite floral to my nose. What do you think?
I definitely get a floral component here, but it's not in your traditional floral. It's not interpreted or executed in such a heady floral way. I do smell hyacinth or lilac-ish kind of florals. I don't smell gardenia or tuberose or anything like that. I smell some green in here. So it has a floral aspect and it has a green aspect, and I do like it.
Yeah, you're right. I actually also pick up on the galbanum that's in there. That kind of gives off this resinous green effect. And I think it's a really pleasant smell.
It's not a floral done in your traditional feminine way.
You're right. I think had it used like peach or apricot or one of these fruity ingredients, I can see that.
This is definitely unisex 1000%.
It's interesting because I know he plays around with a lot of natural ingredients. And so with this particular fragrance, like it smells very organic. And so it's not one of these very sort of mass marketed jasmine peach types of fragrances that really just smell chemically. Like it smells really good.
His whole line is very indie and artsy and
Yeah.
not traditional.
Exactly. There's like a creaminess to it too that I really like. And I know those green notes could often present a challenge to some perfumers, but he did really, really well with that one. The one in the middle is called Umai, and this one is a plum-based fragrance. So it has both plum and it also has plum blossom in here as well. And yep, I get a lot of plum in this one, which is great. I don't think it smells overly ripe or overly juicy, but I think there's enough of like that plum hum.
It's tart is what it is. It's a little tart. It's not fully ripened, so it's not overly sweet in any way. It's not too unripened that it's green or
bitter.
Yeah. But it is a little tart, verging on sweet. There's something in this that I really like. It's probably my favorite. We're supposed to wait till the end, but I do like this one a lot out of the three. And it just has a real kind of, is balsamic the right word? It's not really sweet. It's not really syrupy, but it is a little bit. It's just really pleasing to my nose. That was the worst description of a 5-year-old.
No, I understood what you
reviewer.
meant though. So you think there's like a balsamic, like resinous, sappy undertone to it, right?
Yeah, it's really well done. I really like this one.
I wasn't sure how to feel about this one at first because with a lot of the plum-based fragrances that I like them for different reasons. And so like Plum Japonais for me is like a really creamy plum. Andy Warhol by Bond No. 9 is a really sweet plum. And I like them for different reasons. So when I smelled this one, you're right. It kind of has like this sappy green, also like resinous undertone, but it has enough of the plum and the plum blossom that it's not 100% plum fruit kind of a fragrance, and I really appreciate it for that. I like how it adds diversity to a note that I've experienced so many times before, but this is totally novel.
I'm trying to remember. I believe Japanese plum wine has an umai. There's a wine available where it has actual plums in it.
Oh, that's really cool.
I think it's umai. If I'm wrong, please feel free to edit this out. But I'm almost certain that it is.
Okay, that's really well. Now we're gonna have to try it, right, to make sure if it smells similar. But I actually really do like that one. I'll wait until the end to let you know which one my favorite is. So the last one is called Butterfly, and you said something to me off camera, and now smelling it again, I totally agree. This has a certain and specific earthiness about it that in the opening I think I was more inclined to think that this was like a floral fragrance, that there was kind of a lot of like the floral nuances that really stole the spotlight. Now smelling it, there is that bit of it like a similarity to Bat by Zoologist.
It's that wet soil type of accord, but it's not OD in here, but it's definitely there.
Yeah, it's definitely a soily, earthy, quite damp, but also very likable and very enjoyable fragrance.
I vaguely remember when it was released that he was trying to give an olfactive image of what it would smell like where butterflies are dancing in the spring.
Okay. And
so I get that soil thing really sticks out to my nose. There's a slight floral something, but not anything strong enough to make me say, yes, I think it's that or that or that, but it's something floral-ish happening there.
I'm not sure what it is either. I'm trying to figure it out, but I really get that soil aspect about it kind of overwhelms the composition, but not in a bad way.
It doesn't. I think that when you first spray this, that soil thing is strong, but as it evolves and dries down, you get some kind of floral or sweet-ish thing going on. It's enjoyable.
I can see this one smelling very lush, like rolling green hills and bright meadows, and it just has like this vast olfactory landscape about it, which is really cool. how he managed to incorporate all of these ingredients, because from what I'm able to perceive, like these are fairly complex fragrances, and I'm not just going off of like the note breakdowns that are available on fragrantica.com.
We really didn't look at the notes. We just kind of...
For the first one,
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
And then after I read like the 5th or 6th note, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this. But I do remember Umai because I've actually reviewed it on my channel. So if you're interested, I'll leave a link down below. But also the last one, Butterfly, is a really interesting fragrance. So
I think that the wet soil thing is kind of... The fragrance is happening... It rained earlier in the day, and it's starting to get sunny out, and then you still smell a little bit of that wet soil thing, but, you know, you smell grass, you smell...
you're not caught in the middle of the downpour.
Right.
And I think that that's a really nice way to describe it. You know, it's like several hours after it's rained and you take a deep lungful of fresh air. But so now that we've gone through the line, which one is your favorite?
It would be Umai, Butterfly next. You know what? I like these two are even. I like that one best. These two are right behind it, evenly.
Nice, man. I really like that. So I have an affinity for the note of plum, and so I also think that Umai would be my favorite one. And I think Umai is one it would work really well for both the spring and the summer, just because of its effervescent qualities, but also the fact that it's not an ultra heavy, dark composition or anything like that. Petales is the one that has more of like a vintage feel to me, especially in the opening. And I kind of like that. You know, it kind of like harkens back old times. It kind of has like this old world feel about it without smelling dated, which I know the word dated can be used as a pejorative, so I definitely wouldn't want to assign it to this fragrance. But honestly, there's quality in all three of them. I'm really happy to have this in my collection, and all you have to do if you're looking forward to winning a 30 ml bottle of your choice of any one of these three fragrances, all you have to do is just leave a comment down below and let me know which of these three sounds the most appealing to you. Is it Petales, Butterfly, or Umai? I would love to hear from you, and I'm going to pick the winner's comment in 1 week's time. I'm going to pin the winning comment to the top of the comment thread, so please make sure you come back here in a week to see if you've won, and I'm also going to do my best to reply to that comment so that you get a notification from YouTube. Carlos's information is going to be down below as well, so definitely make sure to subscribe to him. He just hit 55,000 subscribers today, so I'm very proud of you. Keep going. You're more than halfway there. And also, if you are new to this channel and you took something of value from this video, I would really appreciate it if you could support this channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do is click that red button in the corner, and this way, whenever we do upload future fragrance-related content, it will get delivered straight to your feed, especially if you click on that bell icon. This way, YouTube will send you that push notification right away. Never miss any of our future uploads. Thanks again. We love you guys. We'll see you soon.
Take care.
Bye.